Hello, welcome to Me with the Geeks. My name's Tom, and I'm with Papa McDarb's Jordan.
Yeah, boy.
How's it going, man?
All right, mate. You.
I'm sound. Uh, just want to bring you on here to talk shit, really. Talk shit about stuff.
Sort of my native language. It's what I deal in, what I dabble in.
In it. So yeah, first subject we're going to get onto anyway. Straight off the bat, we're just going to dive straight into it. You're a very big fan of very bad movies.
Yeah, it's a thing that's I've been interested in since I was a kid. Like I used to watch all the old '80s movies. Obviously, I was born in '80s, so the standard of movie that we have nowadays is a million miles away from where we were. I mean, you don't have people falling on mattresses like you do in Nightmare on Elm Street 1, and we have the glory that is Sharknado nowadays. I mean, it's coming up to Sunday, and the 5th installment of that movie is coming out. Why? There's 5 of them. No one knows, but they are enjoyable. They are ridiculous, and there's 5 of them, so they must be doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think I saw number 1, and even then I was like, why does Tara Reid still act? Is she still in them?
She's still in it. I think she's a cyborg in it now. She's like some sort of weird RoboCop because she got killed. I don't know.
She got killed, but now she's back as a cyborg.
Yeah, she keeps like losing her batteries at really important points, and then she has to go charge, and then she comes back and blast lasers at her vaginas. You know what I mean? It's just normal.
Right. Okay. But no, like I said, I don't even know if I saw all of it, but I think it was number 1, and I just don't. How do you make 5 of those films?
They just keep going. Just keep up with.
Is Sharknado the new Transform? Well, the old Transformers.
Yeah, kind of, I guess so. But they just keep coming up with these random ass things. So this one, the trailer's been up, and it's like, oh, there's this new revolution, this new kind of Sharknado, and there's like one big thing where they're spoofing Godzilla, and it's like it's Sharkzilla, and it's just an amalgamation of sharks in the form of a dragon. I mean, where more importantly in my mind is who comes up with this shit, because it's just like, what we doing today? Oh, let's do a movie about a fucking tornado full of sharks. Let's do this.
And it's always sci-fi that puts it out. It's never.
But sci-fi's got that goes back years and years where they used to actually show the good old B movies that you know. For me personally, as I've written down there, I watched a movie called I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle, and it has Neil Morrissey in it, and basically this motorcycle is present at some sort of satanic ritual, and the leader's blood gets dripped into the petrol tank, and the motorbike becomes a vampire. It has to run on blood, and like Morrissey's driving it around through the day.
Sorry to interrupt you, but speaking of something like that, they've just Sci-Fi are bringing out this new show. I can't remember what it's called, but where it's about racing, but they don't use cars don't use petrol anymore.
Blood Drive, it's called.
Yeah, Blood Drive. That's it. Yeah.
I think it started yesterday. It started on Thursday.
All right.
First episode.
That's what I saw the trailer and I was like, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it just looks like a poor man's freaking death. What's that word? Death race, isn't it? It looks like a poor man's death race. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know how it's going to play out. But like from the trailers, it just looks like it's going to be a really, really poor attempt at something. It might be cracking. It might be brilliant. I don't know. But
right.
I'll give it a watch anyway. I'll say the first episode are out on Thursday, so it'll be on catch up. I'll give it a watch.
Yeah.
But as I say, this movie is So I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle. It's just ridiculous. And like, there's one point where his mate gets killed by the motorcycle, and in a dream, he's like gone for a shit, and he goes in and he's like done his business, dropped his deuce, and then he hears his mate's voice, looks down, and this shit's got his mate's face on it, and he's shouting his name, and then it jumps into his mouth, and I'll always remember it because it was just like, what am I watching? And I was just like, this guy's just been attacked by his own turd, you know. How can life get any better for me right now as a child of, you know, maybe 13 years old? I'm bought, I'm sold.
Bought into the whole bad movie.
Yeah, but there's some of them, you know, they're just so bad they're good, because you're just like, how's Hollywood actually gone? As I say, you know, what a good idea. What should we do? I don't know. We get that turd, attack him, let him just jump in his mouth, and you know, a vampire motorcycle.
Yeah,
I love anything vampire anyway. But I mean, movies nowadays, they seem to be rotating around in the same sort of 10 storylines, just mixed up of various genres, and you know, it's nice to just have something that's just ridiculous, and you know it's not going to be serious. You don't have to sit and concentrate.
It's not one of those. It's films that have been made intentionally because the bad. It's either a bad script, or it's just a bad idea. But when they make films that they're like, this is going to make a lot of money, and then it dives. It's got the worst Emoji Movie.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously we're not going to watch that, but
I will probably end up watching it.
You've got kids.
They'll
want to
watch it.
So
I will at some point inevitably end up watching it.
Yeah, exactly. But in regards, you're not going to think to yourself one night.
Actively go out there and be
exactly.
Emoji Movie.
Yeah,
treat yourself.
I'm going to watch that. It's just not had the best reviews, but bad movies. We watched. I remember as well. We watched Wolf Cop.
Yeah, that movie is just incredible.
Yeah,
the sequel's on its way. I don't know when it's coming out.
No.
Apparently they've filmed it, they've wrapped it, they've showed it at the film festivals.
Yeah,
but I don't know when it's coming out. But it will be definitely being purchased, and I'm sure it'll be an evening to sit down and indulge in some stupidity.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, before we went on and started recording, you asked me what we're doing tomorrow so we could watch Sharknado 5. So I don't know if I need to watch the rest of the Sharknados.
I don't think it's really relevant. Like, all you need to know is Tara Reid's a cyborg, and that's I'm
so it's kind of like what happens in Fast and the Furious. You don't really need to know what's going on. You just just need to know that Vin Diesel's still in it.
It's kind of the same premise across all 5 movies, but they just reinvent different ways of having a fucking shark tornado. I mean, there's a lot of
shark movies out there now as well. There's like the Sharkadile and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's all based on
from that one movie.
From Jaws, isn't it? Like, it's primal fear of being caught
in the water
with an animal with something that's so powerful. But I was watching this morning that sharks now being hunted in like the wild. Like they've had great white sharks washing up in Japan on shores because whales are just hunting them for one specific organ, which is the liver. I mean, how that whale's getting that liver out of that shark, I don't fucking know.
It'd be like killer whales and shit. It won't be like a fucking...
Yeah, but, you know...
It won't be a fucking blue whale being like...
oh, well, we need to take this seriously. Sharks are being hunted for their livers. And I'm like, by whom? And it's like, yeah, by fucking orcas. Like, oh, they've got knives and forks and fucking surgical equipment. Imagine some sort of... Yeah, we're gonna live one. Let's take this down here. Get your scrubs on. We're going in.
Get the scalpels out.
Yeah.
No, I've not read that. You'll have to link me to that one because that'll be an interesting read. But but that's like the precipice of all bad, not all bad movies, but in my idea, like not even bad movies, but Evil Dead is like the first one. The first one's good. The second one's better.
One was a horrific attempt at a horror movie, which then turned out into this giant thing, which obviously now linking on to our next subject, which is Bruce Campbell, which has launched this guy from being pretty much no one to being anyone that needs to be in any sort of bad film.
Yeah. The guy with the chin, man.
The guy with the chin is a hero. He's come from nothing and he's gone so far. He's obviously, those of you that will know, he's been in almost all the Spider-Man movies. I don't think he was in the most recent one. I don't think he's in Homecoming.
Think so either. No. Sorry, the dogs are barking.
But the guy's just is a hero.
Yeah, he
is a real life hero. He's an odd guy.
I work with this lady called Gina, and she's absolutely obsessed with him. She's like, "Have you ordered his new book? Have you ordered his new book?" And I was just like, I didn't even know he had a new book coming out. And I think she tagged me on Facebook at one point, and I think I tagged you into it after as well. But he's done a few books, but he does always really do funny titles. Like he's done If Chins Could Kill.
Yeah,
and it's just...
he's a clever guy. He's making his money off of what he's known for. He's not doing anything outrageous. He's just he's been in a movie. Have you seen the movie? I can't remember. I think it's called There's Only One Bruce Campbell, or Bring Me Your Bruce Campbell, or something, where he actually plays himself in a movie, and like there's some weird supernatural thing going, and these bunch of kids like hunt him down because they've seen him in so many movies, obviously Evil Dead and that, and killing these zombies. They think he's gonna come in, but he's actually just he has to explain to me, I'm just an actor. I'm not doing it.
I get paid to do that.
But then it actually ends up like he does actually end up saving them in the end.
All right.
It's worth watching. I can't remember the title. I think it's Bring Me Bruce Campbell, or Bruce Campbell Saves the World, or something like that. Something along them ridiculous lines. Yeah. But he's a hero, man. I mean, But
You love him, I know you love him, and I remember watching Army of Darkness with you. You were like, because I'd never seen Evil Dead, and then you were like, I've got the trilogy. You watch them, so I watched 1 and 2, and you would, well, he said watch 1 and 2, but don't watch number 3 because we'll watch 3 together as a group. So I watched 1 and 2, and that same night after I'd finished watching 2, you were like, get round my house now. Bruno's coming, Dan's coming, we're watching Army of Darkness. So we watched Army of Darkness, and I was just absolutely gobsmacked. Just like, how did those 2 movies become this thing?
Yeah, but then you look now with the TV series that's been on.
Yeah.
And the TV series has just been absolutely amazing. Like, he's not changed his persona. His persona's still that same cocky douchebag.
Yeah.
But he's carries it off so well, and he's carried that character from Evil Dead through them too, and he's holding that series as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the characters, you've got the Mexican dude, and you've got the other the rock chick.
Yeah.
And
is it Pedro?
Yeah, Pedro, and it's just like, yeah, they have the moments, but it always comes back to him. And he always has to carry them big scenes on his own, and he does it so well. He's just,
I think exactly the same, and even when they've got someone as well, I'd say widely known as Lucy Lawless, but like she's
Xena, warrior princess.
Exactly, she was Xena, warrior princess.
She got baps out in Spartacus. That were about it. That's
well, she got baps and Fufu out.
She just got it all, didn't she?
Yeah,
she's getting paid enough though.
Exactly, man. And
you give me a pound
after being a kid and watching Xena, warrior princess, and being like, yeah, I would. And then you would see her in Spartacus and she got tits out, and you're like, nah, I wouldn't.
And then you're strangely like, yeah, I would actually.
Oh, probably. maybe. Probably. But yeah, absolute genius, mastermind behind it. Behind the bad movie trend, and
Yeah, and he's still there all this time. He must be, what, 30, 40 years now in doing that same sort of style.
Being known as Ash.
Yeah, he's got that. I think there's a place in America at the minute, and they've got like the Evil Dead like a theme park or some sort of small theme thing. I think Dan flagged me in it, and it just looks crazy. But again, for it to get to that heights where they've got a theme park just dedicated to that one movie, which he again just solely on his own carried. I don't think there's a lot of actors that were in the original that actually went on to do a great deal else.
No.
I think there might be one actor or one actress, but he's gonna be around for a long time. Is always going to be there, and he's always going to be that focal point for particularly my generation, I reckon. But maybe in a few years he's going to maybe disappear into obscurity because people are just like, who is he? And only our generation is going to know the true beauty of what he's done over his career.
Yeah,
and I think it's a bit sad, but I think he'll always going to be around, and he's going to do something. I'd like to think that before he retires or before he stops it, he's going to do a movie. He's going to write a movie of his own, and he's going to just basically maybe kill off that character, maybe kill off Ash completely, and just wipe him out. I reckon it'd be a good idea. The same as obviously Kevin Smith. He's going through the things right now where we discuss quite a lot whenever we're together.
We do.
Where he's gonna kill off J or Silent Bob.
Well, I don't know, because obviously he's doing the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, and he's got that. He's shooting that. I think he's shooting that very, very soon, like in the next month or two. But he's obviously he's done his Rubber Monster, the True North trilogy as he calls it. Obviously you've got Tusk that you loved.
I loved it just because it was. Again, it was a bad movie.
It was a bad movie
with great actors.
Yeah,
the cast alone carried it.
Oh, again. Absolutely, completely, yeah. And then, but we watched. Well, I think we both watched Yoga Hosers the same day, but separately. And you were just like, "Nah, it's not good." But I did love it, and I'm not saying that because I'm a massive Kevin Smith. I'm saying that because I genuinely enjoyed it. I genuinely sat there like, this is really fun.
Were awesome. Like they had the guy who voices Batman, and he had a little
Kevin Conroy,
called Robin, and I'm just like, it's little nuances that people.
But is Kevin Smith through his mum in there as well, like Harley Mornstein.
His mum's been in everything, more or less.
Well, not in everything, a few things, but not in everything.
She was in Clerks. She was like the chick with the milk at the back of the store.
Yes, she was. Yes.
So she's like again another focal point for him. But I mean, like Bruce Campbell, for me, has to do that. He has to, unless he kills off that character of Ash, He's always going to be Ash.
He's always going to be Ash, yeah, definitely, definitely. But what I was going to say, just going back to the whole bad movie segment, have you ever seen The Room?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
if you like really bad movies, this is like the cult trend. It's like such a weird film. James Franco and Seth Rogen have just done a film.
The spoof one about how bad the movie is.
How bad the movie is, yeah, and it's this movie that's just so bad, but it cost. I was checking it out and I was like, the production value can't be that much. $6 million.
That's still relatively small for a
No,
movie.
but if you watch the film, you're just like, how?
All right,
How?
I'll give that a watch. I'll put that on my list.
You can watch it. I think you can even watch it on YouTube and just type in The Room, and it will come up, and you will howl. I think there's 3 or 4 sex scenes in the entire film, right? 2 of those sex scenes are exactly the same.
Just the same cut.
Just the same cut of film.
Nice. Well, again, it comes back to production cost and how much money they're actually going to make. There's no point shooting another sex scene to just use another one. This is where we're at now with movies. They don't spend as much money. I mean, we talked about Kevin Smith. 50 grand it cost him to make Clerks, and look where it is. It's just this huge cult following.
How much?
Like 50 grand?
Nah, man, it cost pennies, man. I think it cost like 22.
I think all things I read in total after paying everyone it was like 50 grand.
We'll Google it. You keep talking. I'll find out.
But anyway, he made this movie and he didn't think anything of it, and it's just elevated it so high. But then these bad movies that are coming along now, they're all spoofs of original, so we've got Transformers. I mean, there's Pacific Rim Job. I mean, he's out there somewhere. It's obviously a porn spoof, but
that'd be...
everything's just getting carried off, and people are finding ways to make movies that are shockingly bad, and people are buying them because they're just like, oh, well, it's going to be a piss take, and they are 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, so it was Clerks was $27,500.
Oh, my bad. I thought I read it somewhere, but
that was like originally, but obviously after the 10-year anniversary and everything like that, obviously they had to do re-editing and things like that. So it was like then it went up to like $230,000. So you got
that's 10 years later.
That's 10 years later. Yeah, exactly.
The initial thing.
So if you look at
my point being is it started with nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's pushed himself to that point. And
he's an actual he's a credible person in the filmmaking community. Rather than same with Bruce Campbell, like you say, that a lot like your kids. I know your kids are going to grow up knowing who Bruce Campbell is, and your kids are going to grow up and be like, and say to their friends, you need to watch this old 80s movie about this guy that gets his hand chopped off and he puts a chainsaw on his hand to replace it.
Numerous witty quips that he throws out every couple of fucking minutes.
Exactly. But that's a good thing about your kids. Same with when I have kids, they're going to do exactly the same. They're going to grow up knowing who Batman is and who all these comic book characters are, but they're also going to know who Kevin Smith is. They're going to know who Bruce Campbell is. They're going to know these. Obviously,
my kids are 5 and 3 right now.
Yeah.
My main thing they're interested in at the moment is freaking, I don't know, Zach seems to be watching Moana videos, and he's just watching it in different languages for some reason. I don't know why. He's watching YouTube, just watching.
But that's his brain going, I want to learn something new.
Yeah, but like,
I know he's
when they get older, obviously, like, I mean, you've seen my DVD collection. It is vast. And
not only a DVD collection, just every collection you ever have started, you go all out. You don't just start.
There's no point starting something if you're not going to do it. No. But my when I first started collecting DVDs, I was like, oh, I like that film. I'll buy this film. I'll buy that film. And then as I say, I've watched movies since being very, very young, and it's just sort of something that I really enjoy. Even like I go home most nights and try and squeeze in one movie. Regardless of whether I've seen it or not, I try and watch stuff obviously that I haven't seen. But you go home, sci-fi's always got some shit on.
Yeah,
every single night.
But it's like I'm same, but I'm very much same with TV shows. I'm me. I like my TV shows. So I'm just when it comes down to that, I know you seem to have an opinion of really bad films being you're like it's 10 out of 10. You need to watch it, and then when a production film comes out where you're like, it's got
Star Wars Awakening being the perfect example.
Force Awakens, not the Awakening. Force
Whatever,
Awakens.
it might as well have been called Leia Texas shit.
Well, Star Wars hand eyes.
Wars,
No,
86
you just
Solo.
didn't like that. You didn't like Batman vs Superman. You didn't like obviously.
My opinion on Batman vs Superman's changed because I obviously bought the Blu-ray and I watched the extended version.
That's what I told you to do.
My opinion is, why did they not just release that in the first place? Alright, it were a 3 hour long movie, but it were a 3 hour long coherent movie compared to the bullshit that they put out in the cinema.
Exactly, theatrical version of it, definitely. But it was definitely a different. It was definitely like I said to everyone when I'd seen the extended cut, I was like, if you don't like it, go watch the extended cut, because if you watch the extended cut, it makes a lot more sense.
For me, it were over elaborate. They went into too much of let's watch Batman training. Alright, everybody loves a montage, but we knew we were going to do that anyway. Superman's been on Earth for how many years already? Why just then does he suddenly decide, I'm going to fight that guy? It just didn't make no sense to me. Obviously, we know the comic books, we know the death of Superman and Batman and the Dark Knight Returns. Yeah. They were the two stories that they mashed together. Why mash them together? Just do one story, do another story. There's 2 movies, twice as much cash. It would have made more sense to me. And then the Battle Batman vs Superman thing, for me, should have come after Justice League. Because now we're gonna get the Justice League movie. Everyone's speculating, is Superman gonna show up? Where is
Or it might be Green Lantern.
Yeah, well, my thoughts are sort of they might just throw you a curveball because there's been a lot of speak recently about Tyrese Gibson being cast as.
That's been going around for a long time. But if Tyrese Gibson, no disrespect to Tyrese Gibson, I think he's a very, very funny guy. I do. I just genuinely
funny looking motherfucker.
But if he gets cast as Green Lantern, I would literally lose faith in the DC universe. I mean, I'm upholding my faith at the moment because I'm just like, I'm excited. We get to see parademons on screen for the first time. We get an Aquaman, and I'm just like, Aquaman's.
We get the Aquaman we needed.
Not the guy with
the fucking oven mitts on who lives in the sea.
Yeah. No, exactly. And for me, I'm so excited about Justice League that it's kind of going to be, for me, it's going to wash all the Marvel away. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying with Infinity. But then they're like, after the whole Comic-Con, after the DC dropped that trailer, because literally I just finished the podcast and then you tagged me in that video, the trailer, and I was like, oh my god. Day later, Infinity War trailer leaks. Like some sneaky motherfucker in Hall H was like with his fucking
just
phone,
jacking it in the cinema with his phone in his hand.
What do you mean? It's Hall H in Comic-Con San Diego, but he was just like, this is what we need, and now we're just like, god damn it, Marvel's done it again. It's like so it's like.
It's a punching contest. So like, I'll throw one punch, you throw one punch, I'll throw one punch.
But honestly, in my opinion, it's like Pee Wee Herman versus Muhammad Ali. It's like you've got Pee Wee Herman as DC the DC universe, fighting Muhammad Ali, who's this warrior of a human being, this absolute sensational thing. And then just going, sit down, motherfucker. We got this shit. And to be honest.
If they carry it off as well as the trailer does look, they may establish themselves a little bit more in that field.
I think because Joss Whedon's doing a lot of stuff with a lot of reshoot.
Buffy.
Yeah.
Joss
Buffy Whedon, but he did the Avengers,
Yeah,
both the Avengers movies. The first 2 Avengers movies, because you can't count Civil War not as an Avengers movie. Captain America Civil War. No, it is an Avengers movie. That is an Avengers movie because we get to see new Avengers coming in.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, for fuck's sake.
Have you seen the new one? Yeah, you've seen Homecoming.
Yeah, I went to see Homecoming.
What do you think?
I think I walked out of the cinema just being like, okay. But exactly the same reaction as I did with Wonder Woman. I know you don't like Wonder Woman. We're not going to get into that because I think you could go on for about an hour and a half just ranting about it. I don't need to talk
about Wonder Woman. She can suck a dick. She can suck Superman's big kryptonite cock.
But yeah, I just walked out with it like it was cool. Like Michael Keaton was fucking great.
Yeah, but for me, watching it, obviously I took my kids, Zach and Blake, are well into that sort of stuff, so it were good to go and experience it with them.
Yeah.
But for me, as me, just felt like they held a lot back. Like, they showed you the glimpse of, this is what the suit could do. And it's like, oh no, that can't show you that for other 3 movies. Let's take that off screen now. And that's what it felt like. Just like, we're going to give you a little glimpse of everything, what can happen.
Like, just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip. Just going to sneak it in there, inch by inch, like a gentleman. But it just felt like they'd sort of rushed it and then gone, yeah, we need to save that for another movie. Because obviously, you know, he turns on takes off the training wheels protocol.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's just like, the suit can do all this amazing stuff. It's Spider-Man, you don't need to do that stuff. Alright, Stark's built a suit. Spider-Man's just 2 web shooters and a dude in spandex. That's all it needs to be. He's got the abilities. He's got the physical attributes. He doesn't need to do all these
do you
other
feel
things.
that they pushed it too far? Like,
I don't know. Holland's a good Spider-Man. He's got,
yeah.
They've took him at that right age where, for me, Spider-Man's always been that age. You know, we had the Garfield one, which a lot of people are ripping on now for some reason. I don't know why. But I thought that was a better movie than the Maguire movies. I thought the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 were way better than the other ones. Alright, they actually didn't create a whole lot. I mean, the whole, you know,
it was a very
Goblin.
Yeah, but you know, we'd seen Goblin. We'd seen
a Goblin. I think that Goblin was a better rendition of the Goblin. Obviously,
what's the guy that's doing that fucking Valerian movie?
Yeah, this is it. He's gone. You know, he did, what was that first movie he did? Well, Chronicle, and that movie was amazing. It was just out of nowhere. This guy just comes out, knocks this movie out. Takes the
he was the guy in the Metallica movie as well that they did as well. He was the main, the focus, the second focal point of that movie, and concert movie, whatever they did, I can't remember. He was that character, and it was like, for them to, he's recognized in not just the movie community now. He's recognized in the music, especially with Metallica fans, especially. He's been recognized as that, and you know, people are like, fuck, that guy played Green Goblin in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, the Maguire Goblin was pretty much just ripped straight from the page of a comic.
Yeah.
It was that. We haven't seen the traditional one with the little gay cape and the green, the orange and purple goblin. That's
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, but that's one we haven't seen yet. I don't know why we haven't seen it, because the character exists already.
Yeah.
Like, it's Osborn's son in it.
No, it was. Is it Osborn's son?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's pretty sure it's Harry. Harry's the Green Goblin. Norman's the Green Goblin, and then Harry goes mental after he dies or something, and then he becomes the Hobgoblin. But anyway, regardless of all that stuff, the movie was good. Justice League's gonna step it to another level for DC. He's gonna knock it out of the park. I don't know. I just showed us too much in trailer. You know, he got Flash throwing his lightning, and.
But that's another thing as well. I had no faith in Ezra Miller. I had no faith in it, and then that trailer would just like completely flip me around. I was like, Ezra Miller's fucking funny.
Yeah, but you know, Grant Gustin's doing it on the CW now, and that show for me has been the standout one that they've brought out. You know, they've brought Supergirl out. It were all right. They've done Arrow, which is just now repetitive. It's just the same fucking shit recycled over and over again. Yeah. And then when everyone's losing interest, let's do a link-up episode of 4 fucking TV shows that no one watches. I ain't gonna watch 12 seasons of TV shows so I can understand that one episode. I'll just watch the episode.
It's like DC Legends Tomorrow. I think I watched 2 episodes of it, and I was just like, I can't do this to myself. And then, but then I went back to it, and then I was like, yeah, I still can't do this to myself.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that with Supergirl. Arrow, I really enjoyed up to a point, and then it just became,
I think for me, I think Arrow for me was like season 3. I lost interest in
season 3.
I think
probably about the same.
Because like season 2, it was like, this is great, this is awesome, and then season 3, I was just like, oh, they're doing this again.
Yeah, well, that's a Sons of Anarchy syndrome, innit? Sons of Anarchy for me, you loved it. Everyone I've talked to loves it. Everyone who's watched it loves it. I just didn't like it. I was just like, it's the same premise over 12 episodes, 13 episodes, and it's just changing the lead character who's in charge of that particular situation at that time. And I was just like, alright, just fucking kill him, get it over with. Yeah. Because they were all
I mean, with Sons of Anarchy, they didn't need to drag it out. Spoilers, but they didn't need to drag it out so much that I think it was like, I don't know how many seasons in, but it was like one of the later seasons where they kill Clay off, and I'm like, you could have done that 2 seasons ago when he was in the hospital.
Done it in first fucking season. Should just fucking chuck that cunt off a bridge. Sorry.
I said to him, "Oh yeah, that's fine. You can say what you want. Do whatever you say, whatever you please. Just don't drop the C bomb."
Lunt.
And then you went off and dropped the C bomb. It's cool.
Just
But yeah, but staying on like TV hit series and everything like that, you have requested to talk about Gotham. Now I haven't seen. I only think I've seen up to season, maybe 3/4 of the way through season 2. But you're up to date.
Pretty much, but it's, for me, I don't care about Commissioner Gordon. I don't care about his life. I don't want to know how he got to being Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
I know how he got there. He worked in police force and got there because he's a good cop. Now the show's just spinning him in all kinds of directions. He's been put in a mental institution. He's been shipped off to another country. He's been exiled. He's been fired from police force. He's been rehired. He's just gone rogue and just killed loads of people. What? I don't care. I want to know. I want to see Batman and I want to see Joker. That's it. I don't care about anything. If it's a show called Gotham, I'm not interested in anything other than Batman and Joker.
Right.
And it's good to see the development of the characters and see them, the Riddler develop from being there. When, in any of the comics, has Edward Nygma ever been a forensic investigator? I don't think it ever existed in any of the comics, as far as I can remember.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, obviously when it was Batman Forever, he was a scientist.
Yeah, working in a Wayne Industry-funded building.
Yeah. And then
police and forensic investigator. I'm just not buying it.
But it's like, for me as well, I'm just like, how old is Ed Nygma supposed to be in this?
Well, this is another thing, is the age continuation.
Yeah.
Batman is about the same age as what, his parents have died, he's at that point. He's yet to be gone off and betrayed by Ra's al Ghul. In this 4th season, they're bringing Ra's al Ghul into it. And then you see a few clips in the trailer that, he's out on the streets fighting crime. No, he went off for years. He was gone for 15 years before he come back and became Batman.
Yeah.
I don't see where they're going with it. I don't see what point is. The Penguin is a 6 foot skinny guy. In every rendition of everything we've ever seen, he's a bald, fat, old guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand where they're going with that.
Well, let's say when you get older, you shrink.
Right, he's not gonna lose 3 foot.
He's not going to become Danny DeVito.
Yeah, not even that. He's not going to become Danny DeVito. He's been known as being this entrepreneurial guy, and he owns all these businesses. And right now, he's just a scrot. He's just a guy just trying to get to that point. And I understand there's going to be the character arc where he's going to gain fucking £200 and get a monocle. I don't know,
But I mean, I like the Penguin in Gotham. I do like the Penguin. I think that he is one of the stronger characters in the entire because I can't remember what he's called, who plays Alfred, but even Alfred, I'm just like
Sean Pertwee.
Yeah.
Spurtwee.
I watch it and I'm just like, you're not Alfred. You're a bastard.
Yeah, well, this is it. I feel like the first season they got certain things right and then put some things in place. Obviously, you've got Bruce and Cat around the same age. The Joker's now sort of appeared in this 3rd season with the psychiatric dude.
What's he called now? I can't remember. But yeah, he's done what he did in the comics.
Yeah, but he's done what he did in the comics in a year? He's just gone, I'm going to get sacked off to an Arkham Asylum and then I'm going to cut my face off. That it's just moving too fast. It's getting into characters now, then it's not even developed them from the beginning of where they were. So,
we see Ivy very early on in the series, and I remember watching it being, oh, that's cool, we get to see young Ivy, but then I was like, but I'm pretty sure that like the age difference between like Ivy and Freeze, obviously between them two, there is quite a bit of an age gap, but Ivy and Riddler, there's only like I believe that there's only like maybe 3 years between them.
My first thoughts when I saw, obviously we're talking about Penguin here, when I first saw him, I was like, that guy's going to be the Joker. It's perfect. In every single costume that he had on in that early 3rd season, there was always green and purple in every single costume that he had on. And I was like, maybe because obviously the origins of the Joker's real name and his real identity has always been one of them mysteries that no one's really quite figured out, that maybe he would go on and parade as the Penguin for a little while, and then in the later of the series, sort of become the Joker through for his own ambition of wanting to be successful and always being shunned by, the Fish Mooney and all that lot. Like, and that would have been a really cool way to do it for me. And I actually had an argument with one of the chefs that I worked with. I was like, that dude's going to be the Joker. He has to be. His face, his shape of his face, everything is characteristic said to me Joker. And he's still in that Penguin role, and I just don't get it. And, they're getting, Bruce is now, what, maybe 15 in this 4th season? Maybe
well, the
16?
guy who plays him is 16 in real life. So I was talking to a guy I work with, and he was saying to me, he's like, well, he's like 50, he's like 16, 17, 18 now. And I'm like, well, the guy who plays him is 16, yeah, but there's no way he's 18. But plus, he should have shipped off by now.
Yeah.
If he's 18, he should have shipped off, because spoilers, I don't know if anybody's heard or yourself heard, but the 4th season, the synopsis for the 4th season's been announced. It's been leaked.
Yeah.
Saying that it's going to be year 1, and I'm like, but why?
Where the fuck's fucking the years between year 1?
Yeah, we've been from 10 years before he becomes Batman to now year 1. Who they're going to get to play Bruce Wayne now? Because that little kid can't play Bruce Wayne if it's gone to year 1.
No, and the thing is as well, he's supposed to go away to Ra's al Ghul and train for like 10-15 years and come back. I say he's coming into the season this season, but by the time he's fully trained and fully able to be Batman, as we know, Nigma's going to be, what? Let's say that guy's 35, maybe 40 in this season, in these show. So he's going to be nearly 60 by the time Batman should come back.
Sorry, who was that?
Nigma.
Oh yeah. Nah, I think Nigma's character's like in his. So he will have had to become a forensic scientist. He will have had to go through college. So that brings him up to 22, roughly about 22. He wouldn't have got that job straight out of college. He would have had to become.
Well, he's the head of the department.
Yeah, exactly. So he wouldn't have had to. So you're looking at 5 years, 5 years working underneath some other prick, and then he will obviously got up to that point, and now he's the head of department at Gotham PD. So you're looking at all right. So like say 20,
No, I'd say
20
I'd say
29.
it's definitely, at least for me, is mid-30s.
Nah, I think late 20s,
You
at
think
least 30.
like,
but then again,
in the grand scheme of it,
was he the head of the department in season 1?
He's the head of the department in season 1.
Right. So all right. So now we're what, 4 years deep.
Yeah, well, probably more because it's not.
It's not obviously
the
accurate.
continuation's not there for me.
No.
Like you come back and go.
So right, okay, yeah, maybe. All right, yeah, maybe.
So
it is.
by the time that Batman becomes the full article, these guys are going to be old. They're going to be old men. All right, Penguin can get away with that because he's always been that older guy.
Yeah.
Riddler is supposed to be, in my opinion, be the same age as Batman, Catwoman,
Year or two.
and Joker.
Yeah,
year or two here or there, but they just don't seem to be taking anything in, and they're more interested in telling the story of, like I say, of Gordon and where he's going and his
Well, that was the whole point of Gotham, though. The whole point of Gotham.
But how do you do a fucking Batman TV show without a Batman?
It's not a Batman TV show.
It is.
No, it's not.
They've got every single aspect of the Batman universe except the main character.
No, don't get me wrong. Yeah, but it's not revolving around.
It's
Batman.
not revolving around Batman.
It's revolving around Commissioner Gordon.
It's revolving around Gotham. That's the whole point of it.
All right.
But I just don't think that it's been done very well. The actors, credit to the actors, they play parts well, but it's just not carrying it off for me. There's nothing there that tells me, this guy's going to be Batman. And I mean, the whole cave thing, I don't know if you've got that far yourself, but the Batcave already exists in this thing. It's a secret place where his dad had. I mean, what were his dad up to? What were he actually doing? And it doesn't go into that. It doesn't tell you anything.
Oh yeah, I have seen that bit because he has to blow the door off, doesn't he? Yeah.
We all know he's had his dodgy dealings in the past. Old Papa Wayne. He's done some dodgy dealings with some people, particularly Falcone. I think he had a lot to do with.
Yeah.
So it's just like, all right, we know that side of it. But then he gets this camera. He gets this computer. There's a computer back there. How long's that computer been back there? We don't know. Like, he don't actually tell you how long his parents have been dead. You see his parents murdered.
What year is this supposed to be set in as well?
I don't know. It looks wise. Like, it looks it's set back a little bit further back, like 1950s or something, just for the stylized of
But
the
the fact-
dressing.
but
But they've
obviously-
all got the modern technology.
Yeah, they've all got modern technology. That's what. Well, not even modern technology. Like they've all got flip phones and shit.
Yeah, well, early 90s, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say about early 90s. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I don't. It's one of those shows that I need to get back into.
It's one of them shows that I can physically leave it or watch it. I won't be halfway through it and go, no, I need to finish watching this. I
Yeah.
literally can just go back to it when I'm bored. That's
Yeah,
what I do.
exactly. Yeah, no, that's exactly how that's what I did with Jessica Jones.
Again, I haven't watched that. I'm not massively interested in that character. Why they made a TV show of that particular character, I don't know. Iron
For
Fist.
the Defenders, to lead up to
Yeah,
the
but
Defenders.
that's it. But if that's their ultimate game, then introduce her as another character like they did. I'm pretty sure they brought Luke Cage into that show, didn't they? Before they actually did a Luke Cage TV show.
Luke Cage came into that series real early. Like we were introduced to him, I think like episode 3 or 4 in Jessica Jones, and then obviously we were going to get the Luke Cage TV show, and then we got the fucking mess of Iron Fist. We don't know what happened there.
Iron Fist wasn't too bad, but they
Oh,
didn't,
no.
I didn't think it were awful. I didn't think it was
Oh, I
as bad as
couldn't-
people made out. But
I've
it
not
wasn't brilliant.
finished it yet, but I just no, I'm not a fan. I'm looking forward to the Defenders coming out, but I think the thing for me is going to be the Punisher. It's got to be the Punisher, man.
Yeah, well, he nailed it, didn't he? Old
Yeah.
Berenfall came in and smashed that straight out.
Yeah,
Straight in the back doors.
yeah. What we're going to say now? Where we're leading on to? But obviously, like, I just wrote this down as a whim. Like, I didn't know if you want to talk about it. Just like Comic-Cons in general. Like, obviously, we've been to a couple of cons.
Yeah, and the
with
only
me
one we
you.
didn't go to this year was the only one where they actually had decent guests at Manchester this year. They had Ferrigno and they had the Manu Bennett who plays Deathstroke there this year.
Yeah, I know.
I was absolutely fucking fuming. I was just like, I cannot believe that the one year we didn't go.
I
And
know.
I didn't really go for the guests anyway, but it's
No.
always cool if someone's cool there, and they never generally what. I mean, last year we went and fucking, what's that guy called? The guy who plays fucking Lloyd on Coronation Street. The black dude from Red Dwarf. Can't remember his name.
Oh yeah.
Craig David.
Yeah.
David Craig.
David
David Lloyd.
I don't know his name, but yeah, him. I
He
know
went
him.
there, and we got there, and he couldn't make it. He's not turned up. And I was like, oh, all right.
I don't even care about it. I don't go. I mean, I do go for the
I'll tell
guests.
you, one guy will have been there. The guy fucking, what is it? Auction Wars. There's Sean, whatever his name is. He's
Sean
there
Kelly.
Every year. Is it every year, that guy?
No, he wasn't there this year. I think
This
I've only
one year
I-
when they spent
no,
money
I've
on
only,
actual
I've
decent
only been
guests.
I've only been to one Comic-Con where he's been at. Only been to one.
Both the ones like I've been to. He was at both of the ones.
Oh no, he was at 2. He was at the Manchester one as well, wasn't
Yeah.
he? So we went to Doncaster. I went to Doncaster. He was there. I don't think you came that time, but I think you came to the
Came to
time
the
after.
next one,
Yeah. We went to Doncaster Comic-Con, Doncaster Dome, and he was there, and he did an auction. It was really fun. But then he was at
Were he selling his
Manchester.
autographs? Were he auctioning off his own
No,
autographs?
I mean he was selling his autographs, but it was obviously pictures and stuff like that. But after the auction, if you'd won something, you could go get it signed. So I won this White Walker bust, and I got it for like
This has got
45 quid.
absolutely No, nothing to do with
No,
Sean
to do
Kelly.
with it.
Sean Kelly could just sign my White Walker bust.
That's literally what I did. So-
That's like the scene in Step Brother. It's like, look at this signature. Whose signature is? It's Randy Jackson's signature. Why is it on the samurai sword? Well, I didn't have anything else to sign, so I just got him to sign this.
That's exactly it. Yeah, I didn't have anything else, so I was just like, oh, fuck it, he can sign
I
it.
just signed my penis. Just initials.
It probably wouldn't even fit initials on it. It'd just be 2 dots. Yeah, and then I got a picture taken with him and stuff like that. And I remember I had this fucking big ass dirty burn on my face from when I was working at Rib Shack, and it just fucking when I was dropping some stuff in the fryer, it just fucking splashed back up, and I had this big dirty burn. And he was like looking at me like, the fuck, like Two-Face, like
Look like Freddy Krueger's
like-
ball sack.
it's like yeah, Deadpool. Yeah, but you brought your lad to the Doncaster one, didn't you?
Yeah, I took him to Manchester last year as well.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
It's good, man. You know, it's a way for them and you to also, you know, share something together. Like, obviously, you know my kids, and you know how much I I spend a lot of time with them, and I sort of nurture them in the ways of the things that I like, so that we have a common interest. They obviously they have their own interests and they have their own shows which are massively irritating, which I hate watching, but I sit and watch it. But the Comic Con's a cool thing because, you know, it's good for their confidence. They can go out. Zach's got God knows how many costumes, and it's good for him to express himself. And I think more people should take the kids. And when we go, you know, we're big kids. We go and we look around and we buy stuff that we don't really need.
No, exactly.
Just because we enjoy that.
Yeah.
But for the kids, it's something different. Like, you know, they see them people. They only ever see superheroes on TV, and they, you know, it's some dude dressed up as a guy that they like, and they don't know any different. They just it's fucking Captain America.
Well, I remember it's Doncaster, and there was a guy dressed up as Arrow, and y'all were like, "Oh my God, it's Arrow!" And obviously, he don't
compute in his brain.
No, that guy's not Stephen Amell. This is just a random dude. But to him, that guy is Stephen Amell. Yeah, he is Arrow. He's the one that saves Star City. He's the one that is it Star City. Yeah, Star City. Or Starling City, whatever it was called.
Who gives a fuck? It's a shit city anyway. Guy running around with bow and arrows saving a motherfucker.
But yeah, he don't know, and I think that's really cool. And like, with Katie and Mark's little girl, I said, there's two Comic Cons in November. We should go to one of them at least. There's one in Pudsey, and then there's the one at Doncaster. So I think we're going to take her to Doncaster, but she's starting to walk now. So obviously we're not going to let her walk around the Comic Con, but you know I'm sure she'll be really interested because it'll be a lot of vibrant colours, a lot of different people. Like, oh my God, all these people, weird.
Yeah, but it's a good thing. Like, I mean, to be fair, the guys at MCM do really look after. Like, when we went, they put a little band on with your phone number on, so if they do get lost, you know, it's easy for people. They just phone your phone. Not that I lost my kid, but I presume that's what they do. Send you a text message.
Hello,
Liam Neeson.
We're gonna steal your child. Just thought we'd let you know.
But it's an escape, and I know obviously from our mundane, boring lives that we do, our day-to-day work, going to work. I mean, you and we both work in kitchens. You don't work in kitchens more because you're a pussy ass bitch. And
I work in an office now.
I just touch things with my fingers.
I just type. Type and get shouted at. That's all that happens to me.
If you went back into a kitchen, you'd probably burn your hands.
Mate, I've got bitch hands. Now. I'm holding a cup of tea like, oh, it's hot. And then
before, you just used to slap his dick outside the cup.
Literally, I'd just be like, open flame, balls out, just like this done even.
But it's a good place to go and experience. It's a good experience. Anyone that's listening that has kids and is sort of between, do I take them there? It's a great thing to do. It's a massively friendly environment. There's no one there that's particularly there for any fucking
cause a riot
reason. Or I'm
furries.
Sure there might be a few people there that are a bit special, but you know, it's good, and you get that.
It's special.
You know what I'm talking about. Them Jimmys out there.
Right, okay, all right.
I didn't want to say it. You have
all
to
right.
say it
I just didn't what you meant. I didn't know if you meant like special as in like, you know, they enjoyed things like, a little too much, or special as in they like to.
This retarded girl, and I just spunked out window and let it take its course.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. All right.
But it's a good place to go. I can't champion it enough, and it's a cool thing. Obviously, if you've got some money, if you've got some money to spend, you can buy some particularly cool stuff. Obviously, I collect autographs. I've got my J. Silent Bob autograph still.
Oh, shut up.
Which
I've got Kevin Smith autographs. So.
You tried to buy it off me for £200 on that day.
On that day, I literally said I have £200 cash right now. It is yours.
Let you buy it for that much money because I had felt bad. I would have felt good for an initial small period of time. I'd have been like, I can't let you buy it for that much money.
No. That was the year. That was a really good year that we went to, because I was like,
you went in that dead hooker hotel.
Well, I got the email the night before from the other hotel, like, oh yeah, we've had to cancel your reservation because of so and so.
Yeah.
Because of some waterworks, it would be some water damage in the rooms, something like that. And we'd walk past the hotel, and there was like they had like all the like people who work for the government who deal with all that shit were there.
The Men in Black.
Yeah, the Men in Black with their fucking laser things, whatever. But yeah, and so I had to book a hotel, and the cheapest hotel for me to book. I at that point, everybody had put in what they initially thought. I had to pay the rest of the money. It was like an extra £300.
Well, the money wasn't even the problem. It was just like.
No, but I'm saying I had to pay. I had to pay an extra £300 for all of us, and it wasn't just like me and you. It was me, you, Dan, Bruno,
Plain Dave,
Sam and Kez. So there was 7 of us. I had to pay another £300 out of my own pocket just so we had somewhere to stay. And then all I did was get moaned at all weekend. I was like, fucking cleaning bins at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
you really have to sleep in that room. I was just like, you tried to sleep and they're just like, oh yeah, there's a pub right outside the window. I might as well have been sleeping in fucking thing. Emptying bottle bins.
In all fairness, the first sign of the entire fucking weekend was when we were walking into the room and finding an old pair of fucking underpants that weren't mine. And I was just like, that's disgusting. So I took them.
They were Ben Affleck's. He'd been in that night before.
I had to get like a fucking. Me and Bruno were like trying to get them into this towel, like just chuck them in this towel. I wrapped it up, took it downstairs, and I was like, "Dude, seriously."
Should have made it worse. Should have took shit in it first.
Yeah,
and
just
then
been like,
took
"The
it downstairs and
fuck?"
like, what the fuck is this?
And so I took it down to the reception area, and I was like, "Dude, you know what's this about?" And he was like, "Oh, really sorry about that. I can refund you £20." And I was like, £20? I want a new fucking room.
Like when we went to see Steel Panther, me, Parkin and Dan, we stayed in like this. I can't remember what it was. I don't even remember how I came across it, but I was looking for a room, and it was like, oh, these apartments are available. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. So I was like, oh, all right, we'll book that. And then we went, and it was quite possibly the best place I've ever stayed in. It were absolutely huge.
The year before that we went to Manchester, we went with Sam and Kez stayed in the Holiday Inn, and we got me, Dan, Katie, and Steve all got an apartment. And it was great, man. And I kind of regret not doing that for us, but like getting a big apartment just for us all. But then again, I think
really matter. I know we pissed them on about it, but I was just winding you up after a while.
Oh, I know, and I'll never do it again. I'll never book anyone's hotel. Never. I say that as like I will never book anybody's hotel room ever again. And now I book people's hotel rooms for a living.
The irony of it all. Want to stay somewhere that smells like a dead prostitute's asshole?
Yeah, but yeah. So when we all went together, we cosplayed, didn't we?
Yeah.
So there was. You were Deadpool.
I were Deadpool, of course.
Yeah, with your bulge.
You got a lot.
You got a lot of
all testicle ladies.
All ball in the dictionary as well. That terminology, Urban Dictionary, but still. But you were Deadpool, and you got complimented so well because I don't know why. Because
compared to the guys that were there, like mine was very basic. Like it was just a morph suit, but like the guys, the dudes there that must spend thousands of pounds, man, just making a costume. I spent £40 from Amazon. And
well, the whole plan was that we were going to go as the.
I did want to go originally as Black Canary. I threw that out there, and I tried my damnedest to get a cat suit, but obviously they just don't. They don't do cat suits for men.
No, they don't. But then I was Red Hood. Well, I were a lot skinnier then. I was
Bruno went as Red Arrow, Speedy, whatever you want to call him. He wasn't Speedy, old pickle tray.
And then Dan was Kung Fury.
Dan just bitched out, I think, of his costume.
Yeah.
And if you listen to this, Dan, you bitched out. He even had to give you my shoes.
Why?
Because he wanted some red Converse for Kung Fury because he has red Converse.
Yeah.
So I only had my leather red ones. I was like, they're the only ones that I've got. Like you can use them. He's the same size as me, so I was like, just use them. And just be careful because they're like my favourite ones.
Yeah.
And he actually got that girl came to me in that bar and she was like, oh my god, are you Kung Fury? And honestly, I don't think if I'd have been walking down the street, I would have thought it was anything other than some sort of weird bloke in an old leather jacket.
But when we were walking to Comic-Con, do you remember we saw like 4 Kung Furies on the way to Comic-Con?
Yeah, there were quite a few, but I didn't imagine that it'd be a big costume as it was. No. And he played it off well. He had his little red bandana and he got a few compliments. But that were a good weekend. Yeah. I don't know what happened on night out. Like we just sort of died off at like 10 o'clock. Let's just go back home. We're tired.
Yeah. Well, we went to get something to eat, and then you were like, I think because you were really didn't feel very well. I remember that. But Yeah, so we just went back. We went back to the room and we tried to get beers. Do you remember us trying to get beers and just nowhere sold beers in Manchester,
Just madness.
apart from pubs? But yeah, no, it was a good weekend. I think we're gonna do it again next year. I think we're gonna. Do it
I want to go. I've been saying this for a couple of years now that I want to go to that. I want to go to London one. I mean,
yeah,
we're gonna spend 30-40 quid. It's same in London in an hotel. It's going to be a bit more travel, but I think it'd be a good thing to go. And obviously the guests there are always epic every single year.
Yeah. This year's guest, man. It was the film, the film and Comic-Con, and the guests were fucking unreal, man. Like they had literally all the original Power Rangers there.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And then there was obviously my main man Kevin Smith was there.
Of course.
But you had, who else was there? I'm gonna Google that shit. Where's my phone? But yeah, I mean, we get like every year when we go, it's like, yeah, Warwick Davis is there again.
Yay, Warwick! And there's always, David Prowse seems to be knocking about quite a lot these days as well. The guy who played Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Inside the suit, he wasn't the voice.
No, of course.
But, I mean,
ain't no James Earl Jones, man.
Ain't no James Earl Jones.
No. So this year at Comic-Con, it was Benedict Cumberbatch.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. And obviously Sherlock. You had Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones.
The ginger one.
No, Natalie Dormer was the one that
she was
married Joffrey.
Yeah, she was ginger.
She's not really ginger.
She's ginger in the show.
Auburn hair, obviously.
Auburn. That's what some of the ginger people say.
Then Kevin Smith.
I'm strawberry blonde, I'm not ginger.
Kevin Smith was there, obviously. Mads
Mikkelsen.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, he played Caecilius.
And Hannibal.
And Hannibal,
yeah. Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, just look at them Babylons.
In it. Alison Hannigan.
More Buffy related
shit. Dean Cain was there.
Why?
I love it how he's like, oh yeah, Superman from the 90s. Just why?
My employment check bounced this week. I'm gonna have to go do a Comic-Con.
Christopher Lloyd, John Cleese.
Christopher Lloyd, like Doc Brown.
Doc Brown was there, man. Doc Brown.
See, this is why we need to go there. Yeah. We get like the shit end of the stick. We up in Manchester. I don't want to go up north.
Alan Tudyk, better than one dick. Tudyk.
He's got two dicks.
Yeah. You know who he is, don't you?
No, the guy with two dicks.
He played.
I'll show me his picture.
Yeah. He's in Firefly.
What? No, that guy. You say that guy from the really, like, greatest support actor ever. He's like supporting actor in like 25 movies a year.
Exactly.
He played Steve the Pirate in Dodgeball.
That's it. That's what I was gonna say because I was literally talking about it yesterday with a guy from work because there's a guy that I work with called Steve and he looks like a pirate. So we're like Steve the Pirate, and I'm like, and then one of the guys at work was like, "Where's Steve the Pirate?" And I was like, "Ooh, Andy Tudyk," and he was like, "Who?" So yeah.
Like the actual scene in the movie, where it's like, we have a pirate playing for us. We have a pirate that works here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like what? Yeah, obviously you've seen a lot of cosplayers.
Yeah.
What's your favourite?
I don't know. You know, I'm pretty biased to Deadpool because
I know you're pretty biased to Deadpool,
but that's just because he's my favourite character. You know, when we go there, we see like the Warcraft guys. I think they're
the League of Legends guys as well.
They're just off the chain, man, and they must spend so much money.
Time and money.
I mean, you know, I work 50 hours a week. I'm pretty sure those guys work at least 40 hours a week. Why do they make time to do that shit? Well, the guys that go that step forward. Yeah. Probably my other favourite is, again, because he's sort of one of my favourite characters, is Dredd. There's always a lot of Dredds there.
There's always a couple of good, like, there's some really bad Dredds, but there's some really fucking good ones. Really good ones. Obviously, I when I go, I'm just like...
Hello Kitty is your favourite.
Hello Kitty, yeah. No, I follow some people on Facebook and shit, and who are cosplayers, but like there's one guy, I can't remember what he's called, but really, really good Joker. But he does the performance as well as, like, he doesn't just be like, yeah, I dressed up as the Joker. He's like, he is the Joker. He's really.
Were there when we went? Because we've seen some.
I
really
think
good ones.
so, but then there's also the some Harley Quinn like.
I like the spins. I like the gender spins. A lot of people do that nowadays.
There's a girl called Tarina that does. She's from Hull, and she does one of the most epic Harley Quinns I've ever seen. Like she's so good at it, and honestly, she's probably one of my favourite cosplayers, and she's pretty hot.
Always a bonus.
Yeah, always bonus. But think same with me. Like, you know, you see these League of Legends guys, and you see the World of Warcraft guys that are just these costumes that are just they're on stilts, and like they're walking around on stilts all day long.
Yeah, it's just
and it's just insane. Like, I'm there with when I was a Red Hood, I was like, I am wearing that fucking helmet. It's heavy.
You look like a big red dildo.
It's heavy, and it's warm.
How many layers did you put on it? Because it were pretty thick. You built it yourself, didn't you?
I built it myself, yeah. Like paper mache, the shit out of it, and then just put fucking plaster over it. And it was.
Yeah, I remember you saying when you were building it, and you were like, "Yeah, it's sort of shit." But to be fair, like, I think I only had my full mask on for maybe half an hour while we were in there. Because it does get fucking hot as well. It does
get really hot. I think my favourite, like the year before when I went, I dressed up as a Red Lantern, and then on the Saturday, but because I went for both days, on the Saturday I was Red Lantern, and on the Sunday I was Silent Bob.
Nice.
Because I am.
He embodies him.
In
mind and soul.
Exactly. Yeah. Next thing I've just written it down as we were chatting.
No, I will not perform that sexual act on you.
Oh, well, never mind then. We better just end the show then. No, a couple of years ago, I was writing like fan fiction, wasn't I? And I was writing the whole different concepts for like what would happen if so and so happened.
We got pretty deep into this.
Yeah,
both of us.
But I just thought because you're here, we can get dive back into it. Yeah, and because over the last couple of years, of me thinking more and more about it, because you've only read the snippet of it. I've wrote more in my head than I have on paper. But basically, I wrote I had a Tumblr account. I don't have it anymore, but I had a Tumblr account that I used to write.
It's a Batmobile.
yeah, well, and I would write like character versus characters, but it wasn't like I went into quite in depth about it, didn't I? And then was saying like who would win in a fight, but it wasn't in the same universe. It was always like who would fight. It was one of the ones I did Blade and Deathstroke, and that was pretty fun. But I got one day I was just like, I'm gonna do a what if segment. I'm gonna do this, and I want to do this like with other people as well. But the one thing that I wrote was everybody knows the story of how Bruce Wayne became Batman. Everybody, not everybody, but some people know the Flashpoint. Where
Papa Wayne becomes Batman.
And
he goes fucking rogue.
And Mama Wayne turns into the Joker.
Yeah.
But what if, no one's ever gone, what if two of them die? I'm talking about what if Bruce Wayne and Thomas Wayne die?
Well, then there's always the thing that she becomes Batman, or she becomes some sort of mythical creature, some mythical
entity,
vision. Yeah. But as you discussed before as well, like obviously the Red Lantern could come into that immediately.
Well, I didn't even fucking say that.
Well, you're implying it.
No, so basically what I wrote was Thomas, so they shoot the gun and Bruce Wayne gets shot. So Joe Chill shoots the gun, Bruce Wayne gets shot. And in anger, Thomas Wayne goes for Joe Chill, but before he gets to him, he shoots him. But in Joe Chill's mind, psychologically, he goes, well, I've already fucking killed these two motherfuckers. I'm still going to rob this bitch. She's obviously holding her son in her arms, dead son in her arms. She's looking over at her dead husband, and she's past grieving already. She's not sad. She's angry. She sees this person walking towards her, holding the weapon that killed her son and her husband, and she just fucking loses it. And then all of the alleyway behind the theatre just goes crimson red, illuminates crimson red, and her wedding ring falls from her finger and. Sorry, not falls from finger, but like disintegrates and then falls back onto a finger as the red ring of rage.
Well, don't think that her wedding ring would actually come off. It wouldn't have to come off.
No, it wouldn't have to, but I think the idea in my head was where it disintegrates.
I think it'd be more poignant if she kept it.
It's DC, they're like disintegrating shit.
Yeah, it's disintegrated all the fucking chances of a box office success with Wonder Woman, didn't there? But it'd be more poignant if she had the ring on as a constant reminder, a constant like rage motivation.
That's a good idea, man. I like that. That's cool. Yeah,
it doesn't have to be that. It's not.
Doesn't have to be on it, but you know, in my head, I was like, it replaces her wedding ring as the red ring of rage because she's so angry and she doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Well, that's one thing, but obviously we've got all the other range of lanterns that exist as well. Don't forget, there's all the other different colours that could harness.
Well, I'm fucking getting onto that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if I've told you this anyway. So basically, that's what happens in Gotham. Well, not just in Gotham.
Well, it's not just about Commissioner Gordon.
No, it's not just about what happens with Commissioner Gordon. So yeah, so she becomes a Red Lantern. She fucking kills Joe Chill and fucks off because she gets this fucking tingle, like her spider sense is tingling, and she fucks off from Earth, and she goes to Sector 666 to be trained by Atrocitus and his fucking lovely cat.
Star.
Yeah, and she just disappears. But in the meantime of this happening, Superman comes into it. But Superman
the big Boy Scout comes into it. For what reason?
Boy Scout comes into it. But this is it. He don't crash land in Smallville. He don't crash land in Russia because we all know what happened there.
Some storyline.
Yeah, he don't crash land in. He don't crash land in Metropolis at all. He diverts and crash lands outside of Gotham, and gets picked up by the crime syndicate. Falcone himself raises Kal-El.
Yeah. Okay.
So he becomes in his mind he is
so he
becomes a super villain.
We have this already though, don't we? Like, you know, Bizarro's sort of.
Yeah, but no, we're not talking about Bizarro. We're not talking.
We're
talking about fucking. There is no Superman. There is no fucking Man of Steel. There is only the fucking horrible human, the horrible fucking, the fucking criminal of Steel, mate. The guy that cannot. He literally just walks into a bank and rips the fucking.
That would be a good thing, but you know, you got to then think about the story of who's going to come in and save him.
Exactly.
You know,
which in my opinion is going to be.
Batman don't exist though. We can't. He's not.
Batman don't exist, yeah, but Martha still exists. This remember, this started with Martha. It's going to end with Martha.
I guess, right. So
Martha!
Your mother's name is Steve. My mother's name is Steve. You know, so she's gone to Sec 666, and she's been trained by Atrocitus. She comes back.
She comes back up for one reason and one reason only.
Superman.
No. Because.
For the funeral.
No, well.
For the cremation.
Basically, where her husband and her son lie in their graves, they are being disturbed
in their back graves.
In their back graves, and so she feels that because it still resonates with her. So she goes back to Earth. Abin Sur,
Hellboy should just turn up and kick everyone's ass.
Abin Sur knows that she's coming, so he tries to stop her. They're having this big battle. Ends up outside and ends up fucking shit up. Then he realizes that she's coming. He realizes that she's coming back to Earth for a good reason, because she just wants to stop any the disturbance. I haven't quite got to that bit yet.
Do you have an end of the story yet?
Yeah. So basically, she becomes a White Lantern.
Well, I was just gonna say. So she's gonna come down. Abin Sur's gonna have this big, long chat. They're gonna have a battle, and then eventually she's just gonna click in her mind that what she's doing is wrong, and then she wants to harness the other powers. And Abin Sur says only certain people can hold the whole full spectrum of emotions, and because obviously the grief and everything she's been through, then they give her one of each power ring, and she becomes a White Lantern.
Well, she don't get it; she has to earn it.
Yeah,
and that's the only way. And that's the only way that she can be, because obviously he's.
Clark. Then you'd have to bring in all you'd have to bring in all the Lantern Corps. You'd have to bring in.
Oh yeah, I have a plan for that.
Yeah,
I have a plan. I've just not got it written down. It's not saying it's done.
You don't need to write anything.
I'm not writing shit. It's not like it's gonna get fucking published.
It might do. You don't know, man. Like, you know, I'm sure someone out there, like, you know, even Stan Lee got turned away from DC because he said his drawings were shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for me, I know it's just a dream, but it's a fun dream to have.
Nah, you'd be able to do it. But the story's there. You've got the story already written. That is ultimately the only way that they could turn the darkness into the light effectively is to use that. It'd be a good story arc. I mean, I think I'm trying to think which one I read. I think I read the Red Lanterns. I read quite a lot of the Red Lanterns.
You did read that.
And I've been reading more of it. I've got to the bit where he becomes the White Lantern. Yeah. And he just seems like a bit of a cock. Like he's just got all this power.
Kyle Rayner.
I think it's Kyle Rayner,
yeah.
And he just seems like, I've got all this power now, fuck you guys, I don't need your stupid rings.
Yeah, it's a good fucking story. The darkest
night.
Yeah, blackest night. Blackest night.
You need to go on Facebook and check out this. I'll show you it before we go.
Right.
There's a group on there called the BXTH Room, and it's just full of weird, horrible shit.
Like
so
what?
you have like there's people on there getting killed and people getting
shot. Why do you
head.
think I want to see that shit?
I know there's other stuff on there. Obviously, some of the stuff is not nice to see, but it shows up on my video feed. So when I'm looking through, I'm like, no, I don't want to watch that. Obviously, I'm not sat at home just jerking it with a bottle of ketchup in one hand.
I'm gonna say something even worse.
But there's some funny stuff on there. You can go on there and check that out.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff. There's some horrible stuff, but you don't have to watch what you don't want to watch. You know, it's just one of them things that's entertaining.
Is this you promoting their page?
I'm not promoting their page. I don't promote anything that they have to stand for. It's all, some of it's fucking disgusting, but some of it's hilarious.
Well, I have to do a bit of promotion, so sorry.
Promotion.
But if you've listened to the podcast, you'll know that there's a song at the beginning and the end of the podcast. I don't know if you.
Cold Summer one?
Yeah, it's the Cold Summer song. Yeah, I just have to give them a big shout out because they've just given me permission to use it. Every time I record something, I always forget to say thanks to those guys.
Shout out to Cold Summer, you guys are fucking awesome.
But yeah, gonna have I've got Justin from Cold Summer coming on the next episode, and I'm really looking forward to talking to him about different things. He's not a comic book fan or anything like that. He's pure music guy, but he has got such a vast knowledge of music, and
the next episode is going to be musical based.
Yeah, so that's it. The next episode will be musical based, and then I think I've got Lil Jack coming on after that.
The Fridge himself, Fridge Timon.
Bitch Hans Timon. Yeah, but have you got anything to add, George?
No, obviously, just keep listening. Tom's doing something he enjoys. It's a good thing. It's good to sit and chat with a good friend and talk about stuff that we always talk about anyway. But let's just put it on some recording.
Yeah, exactly.
Get subscribing, get listening. Make him the next Kevin Smith, and then he can buy everyone beers.
Buy everybody rum. But yeah, that's it. I think that's going to be it for this episode of Me with the Geeks. My name's Tom.
I'm Papa McDowell. Peace out, white boy.
Thanks for listening.
So picture this now, a perpetual motion of a car crashing into the ocean. This world we live in a running motion. Pictures